Washington, Boston. That's the 7-8 matchup in the East. The loser doesn't get eliminated like in the 9-10. The loser will play the winner of Indiana and Charlotte. What do you think is going to be the X factor in this one game between the Celtics and the Wizards?
The X factor.
X factor.
I think it's going to have to be Kemba Walker at the end of the day.
All right.
Because there's no way that Kemba Walker can stop Russell Westbrook. I mean, Kemba Walker is like my height and weight, and Russell Westbrook is just an athletic freak. So I think Kemba has to, I don't think he can do a ton defensively versus Westbrook. I think they'll probably opt Kemba out of that matchup as well. I just think Kemba has to be a very big scorer. I think he has to be very aggressive, especially since the Celtics don't have Jaylen Brown for these games or any upcoming series in the playoffs. Kemba Walker just needs to do a lot of damage every single game. And he's definitely regressed this season. He's been playing off of Tatum and Brown. I would love to see Cardiac Kemba back in action.
I wonder how motivated he will be, because he's heard a lot of negativity this season. Like, there's been a lot of talk of even if he'll come back to Boston, just with how his play has been this season. My X factor, I'm probably going to say Marcus Smart. Smart's a weird play in this game. I don't know how the Celtics are going to use him. I just don't know. I'm fascinated to see. I'm excited to see him against either Westbrook or Beal if they decide to do that, or if they just decide to play him against the bench players for the Wizards. I don't know. But I'm just interested to see how Marcus Smart plays in this game. Plus, there's a little bit of history between the Wizards and the Celtics, like going way back. Not that I think any of the players playing in this game will remember, except for Smart, because there's so much transition in the NBA in terms of player turnover.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say Marcus Smart is the X factor in this game.
Okay.
Who do you have winning in the play-in between Boston and Washington?
Between how streaky the Celtics are and how hot the Wizards have been, I'm definitely going with the Wizards on this one. The Celtics are missing their second best guy, and their bench and young players have been very inconsistent. Even Tatum's been inconsistent, but we've seen him have ginormous games just throughout the season. And I think realistically, it kind of depends on if Jason Tatum is going to give us another 60-piece nugget meal. I don't know if that's going to happen or not, but I just think the Wizards, they're healthy, they're ready to play, and they've got arguably the second best backcourt in the NBA.
What do you think Tatum dips his nuggets in? Like barbecue sauce, sweet and sour sauce?
I don't know. I think he goes for some kind of hot sauce, man.
Some kind of hot sauce? Okay, because I go for ketchup. Ketchup is my go-to sauce, and I'm interested to hear what the people say. I know barbecue is an option. I know sweet and sour, mustard.
I'm going with honey mustard.
Honey mustard? Okay, I'll go with ketchup. If Tatum's listening, I hope he tells us what his dipping sauce is for nuggets. I'm going to say the Wizards win this game because just between those two teams, I think the Wizards are the team with the highest potential, like the greater ceiling. I think the Wizards are than the Celtics this year. Sure. Even with Westbrook and Beal dominating and just playing all of their ISO ball, I still feel like that's a greater chance at winning this game, maybe even going further in the playoffs than the Celtics with what they're at right now. And I like Brad Stevens. I think he's a great coach, but in terms of what I think a team's greatest potential can be or highest potential, I think it's going to be the Wizards who advance and go further than the Celtics.